The best thing I did before my training. My name's Lisa Clifford and I'm a Master Trainer of Firewalk and Empowerment Instructors. And I'm here to share with you everything that you need to know about being a Firewalk instructor. By far, the best thing I did before I did my training was to book my first ever Firewalk and for it to be a sellout before I even had done the training. I call that no turning back action. So what did I do? How I did it was I was part of the York Business Network, and I asked if I could have the spotlight after lunch. So we'd had our lunch and I asked the room, I'm about to do my Firewalking and Empowerment Instructor training course next month, and I would love my first Firewalk to raise money for a charity that's in this room, the Caroline Rainbow Foundation Trust. So who would like to book a place on that Firewalk? And about 30 people put their hand up. My little heart, I was just, you're committing to come on this Firewalk knowing that I haven't done my training yet, that I will be qualified when we come to run the Firewalk, of course. And you know that you'll be my first ever participants, and we're going to raise money for the Caroline Rainbow Foundation Trust. And each and every single one of those people, the room was full when we came to run that first Firewalk. But I can tell you that my mind was so invested in learning and being curious and really embodying everything I was learning, because I knew that 3 weeks after the training, I was running my own Firewalk. I had real people that I knew and they knew me coming along, and I wanted them to have the most amazing experience. So in this video, you can see playing here is my first ever Firewalk. You'll note it's a daytime one. They're notoriously more difficult than nighttime ones because you can't see that the coals are hot. But those people there were from my network, and I am to this day so incredibly grateful that they paid with their hard-earned money to come on that Firewalk to raise money for the charity. And added pressure, Julie Tumlety from Feature Media very kindly agreed to video the whole thing and give me the video. So the people within that video that you'll see were my local businesses, June Nelsey, who was the managing director of the Monk Bar Hotel, part of the network, gave me the courtyard of the hotel. When I put my hand up and asked if who would come, she said, I will host it for you. So I've got so many people that I hold close in my heart to this day for making my first Firewalk possible. Therefore, my Firewalking venture a reality that has now taken me to where I teach people to be Firewalking instructors. But none of that would have been possible without that incredible business community that said yes and trusted me and trusted the process. But I know that had I not booked that in the diary, my limiting beliefs, my fears would have got bigger and bigger and bigger, and later would have just got later and later and later, like kicking the proverbial can down the road. I don't know why it does that. And so it was scary. It was amazing to do. And it was the best thing I could have done for myself. And it's what I advise all my students to do, is to book their first Firewalk in the diary before doing the training, to advertise it and to get, really compassionate audience, compassionate participants, and to do it for a really amazing cause. So that is by far the best thing I did for my firewalking and empowerment instructor business, is to have my first event already in the diary before I did the training, because it just held me in that space of, you're doing this. Because the scary part, the feeling that it's scary, goes hand in hand with doing such an amazing thing, and it's always going to be there, so you can't do it without it. Sorry. It's just such a big benefit. I hope that's helpful. Lots of love.